What's up guys, welcome back to another Destiny 2 weapon review video. Today I'll be going over the Dreaming City curated sniper roll of the Twilight Oath. Now in general I will be going over the Twilight Oath with its random roll perks, but for this footage specifically I was using the curated roll. Keep that in mind, and I'm going to be explaining why I think the curated roll is probably the best one you can get. So on how to obtain this weapon, this is a Dreaming City themed weapon, so you can get it from a variety of activities, anything from the weekly story mission, daily bounties, Ascended Challenge, Blind Well, the weekly challenge for the Dreaming City, Shattered Throne, etc, etc. The issue of getting the sniper is that it's a random chance you even get the sniper to drop, and a smaller chance of you getting the curated roll. Going over the curated roll perks, if you don't know them, comes with rapid fire frame, deeper ammo reserve, slightly faster reload when magazine is empty. This is the highest round per minute archetype at 140 for snipers. Next we have chamber compensator, increased stability, moderate controls recoil, and then slightly decreases handling speed. Next we have steady rounds, greatly increased stability and slightly decreases range. Then we have snapshot sights, obviously faster time to aim down sights. Then we have box breathing, aiming this weapon for a short period without firing grants bonus range and precision damage that resets after firing or exiting. Zoom. And it comes with a 100% or tier 10 Handling Masterwork when you get the curated roll, which is pretty cool. And then I put a targeting mod on mine. Going over summary of the archetype, obviously mentioned fastest firing archetype, 140 RPM. Gives you more ammo and a version of alloy mag when the magazine is empty, so you get that faster reload. And what's pretty cool with these rapid fire frames, it can 2-tap body shot in PvP now. Back in the day, it couldn't, especially if you were above like 7 or 8 resilience, you couldn't 2-tap body shot people, but now you can, which is pretty solid. Going over a useful mod, I would go with a targeting mod or the radar tuner mod for PvP. Obviously with Snapshot you can aim in and out really fast, so when you aim out fast your radar comes back immediately, so that was kind of like my thought process there. And maybe you want to go with things like a major or a boss spec mod for PvE. Going over a good masterwork, I would say the curator roll automatically comes with a handling masterwork, which I believe is probably the best thing, but if you find yourself with a PvE god roll, maybe go with something like a stability masterwork. Going over PvE and the PvE side of Gambit, in PvE it's not bad, but the issue is the damage it puts out. Yes, it does fire quickly, but the damage isn't super great. I feel that this sniper is going to be used more for ad control and taking out some majors potentially. In my opinion, there are plenty of better snipers to choose from, like anything, even exotics, Izanagi's Burden, right? Long Shadow, Tatara Gaze, The Long Goodbye, etc. Because they can pump out more DPS and have viability against all enemies. Like, plus they come with some pretty solid perks as well, like The Long Goodbye. Like, you can get extended mag with rapid hit and triple tap, and so you get like 7 in the magazine with triple tap, plus like you get faster reload on rapid hit and increased stability. That's just an example to use, but I think there are better snipers used in PvE. Like in Gambit, I think it could be okay on the PvE side, but again, higher impact snipers might be better for taking out blockers and potentially doing great boss DPS damage when you get enough stacks on the Prime Evil. But again, this is kind of going over the curator roll. I don't think the curator roll is going to be super good for PvE. I think that having box breathing on it is good if you wanted to take out maybe like one target, like maybe like a major or something, you can headshot them, you know, or like maybe a mini boss when some of the health is down. But again, I don't think the curator roll is going to be the best thing for PvE. So if you did win a PvE god roll, I would have barrel options that increase stability and handling. That's just me. You definitely want to keep that stability and handling up. Appended mag, tactical mag, extended mag, steady rounds, alloy mag, or flared mag while in the mag slot. You do have a lot of options. Ambitious Assassin or Rapid Hit in trait column number 1. And Dragonfly, Triple Tap, Outlaw, or Box Breathing in trait column number 2. So it does come with a variety of good PvE perks, but again, we're going over the curator roll, which in my opinion is not super good for PvE. But going over the Crucible in that PvP side of Gambit, the curator roll is the only roll you need for Crucible. It's the only roll that can come with Snapshot. So again, top tier perk for PvP, and you can't get Snapshot on the random roll. It's only with the curator roll. Keep that in mind. I know a lot of people that really enjoy using the sniper, especially on PC, just because of its high handling speed, and it just feels crispy. Like, it's insane. With Snapshot, you can aim in and out very quickly. You can pull it out fast because of high handling speed as well. It's crazy. It pairs super well with hand cannons, obviously, because even if you don't hit a headshot, you can clean them up easy with 1 or 2 hand cannon shots, depending on what hand cannon you are using. It is the like lowest damage archetype in the rapid fire frame, so keep in mind you might have to pump out a few more shots. So keep that in mind. I don't really like box breathing. especially for PvP, but having the extra damage and range could help out when hitting a target that's really far away. I know obviously more range makes it more consistent when hitting headshots. So box breathing can potentially help there depending on what map you're using, or it can help if somebody's in their super, you get extra damage when you hit their headshot. So pretty good. On the PvP side of Gambit, it can perform well considering that most of your engagements are at a distance. I think the good thing with the Curated Roll is that it's fairly flexible between both that PvE and the PvP side. So Snapshot for that PvP side and box breathing for PvE. So I think, like again, I think the Curated Roll is not super good for PvE in general. Very, very good in Crucible and fairly flexible in Gambit. So that's just kind of like the little thing there. But if you wanted a PvP God roll, that was a random drop. None of them come with Snapshot, but I'm just suggesting it for people that want to hear it. So I would have barrel perks that increase the handling statistic, a pen and mag, tactical mag, steady rounds, or flared mag wall in the mag slot, firmly planted or opening shot in trait column number 1, and then kill clip in trait column number 2. But I highly recommend using the Curated Roll over my suggested PvP God roll if you get a random drop. Going over some useful exotics and perks, I can't think of any relevant exotics off the top of my head, but any sniper perks will help out your gameplay tremendously. Going over my final thoughts, overall the sniper itself really isn't great for a lot of PvE activities. Fairly versatile in Gambit, but the Curated Roll itself is something you need to have for the Crucible. We're now at the end of the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, but there are 3 things I want to go over. First up, my clan, the D1 Fire Team, is looking for active players in the Destiny community. Our members play all sorts of activities from casual PvE and PvP to the endgame content. If you're actively playing Destiny 2 and want the benefits of a bigger clan, the link to join is below. It'll say clan link. All you have to do is request to join, and myself or one of the admins will approve you. If you're with a smaller clan and want the benefits of a bigger clan, and you have, like, let's say, like 7 to 10 members, I'm just using that as an example, but if you want to come over, just send me a message on any of my social media links and we'll try to get something set up. Number 2, if you want to know how to support me, there's a link below that says best way to support me. That'll take you to a 4-minute video. If you want to go check that out, that would be awesome. But if you don't want to do that, you can always like this video, subscribe to the channel, share this video, and all that good jazz if you want to do any of those things. Lastly, we have a link to the community Discord below. Just a heads up, we're looking for anyone with moderator experience to potentially run the Discord. I know for myself, I'm more of a player instead of a manager, so if you have some moderator experience, just send me a message and we'll try to get something set up. I know for myself, I'm on Xbox, but if you guys would like to talk or chat with me, Discord is going to be the best way to do those things. Alright guys, hope you enjoy this video. We'll catch you next time.